Alright, I'm back. I'm here. I'm not going to make y'all dizzy today. I got my tripod propped on something that'll hold it up, and looks like it's going to work okay. We're back to, I've already got my station set up so that I can do the painting. I've got my paper towel wet and my paint's already spread out, and it's all different shades of purple. And I've got my glass with my paint brushes, or for my paint brushes to drop them in. I just forgot to put some water in here. Okay, but mostly I'm just going to use the sponge. Again, I just dampened it. You want to always dampen your sponge. And then the other brushes that I have today are a fan brush. And this is, the brand is not important. And I can't even get that in focus, but it's a number 4. And this is a Cornell 7200 fan. That's what it says. Anyway, it's a fan brush. And then I like to, you don't have to have a fan brush. If you don't have a fan brush, get a brush with sort of a stiff, you don't want too soft of a bristle, you want a stiff kind of bristle. It's kind of like stencil painting, but not really. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm just going to start with, this time I'm going to go with the darkest color of paint first. Last time we went with the lightest first. This time we're going to go with the darkest first, which is going to be a darker purple. Spray and get this a little bit wet. And mine happens to be the metallic purple that I showed you last time. Load it up. Here we go. We're going to go and just kind of put your leaves in. Same way you did the background, but this time it's on top of the branches, so it's in the forefront. And that's how that's starting to, even that looks good, but we're going to get even better. The colors, the different shades is what really makes your painting. Load up again. Get some of these down here in the middle. And look, it's already a painting. I mean, it's already a tree with whatever colors you like. Mine happens to be purple for my nurse. And I'll put a little bit more in. You can always go back and add more, so don't stress about if you've got enough or not. Again, I'm just turning my sponge so that I don't have to wait too long. And I'm going with the lighter color of purple. The next shade up. I've got 3 colors on my palette. You can use more if you want, but less is always more, I say. Here's the lighter purple. And I'm just going to kind of go over the top. It's more like a raspberry. And like I said, if you want, tip your canvas and do the edges, because the edges on a stretch canvas will show. Get you some leaves on them edges. Why not? Load up some more. And then, oh, that's kind of nice. Look at that. It's kind of pretty. I don't know if this lighting is just, it doesn't do the picture justice, really. Alright, this time I'm going to rinse my sponge because I want to go in with the lightest color. And then I might want to do those stuff at the bottom. I want this one to shed the flowers like spring. And I'll start out with the lightest, probably at the bottom. And you don't have to do too much rinsing. I mean, it's okay to mix your colors a little bit. Okay, I've got the lightest. Mine's a neon pink now, and I don't want to do too much of the neon, but it does mix with the other colors, so it looks kind of cool. Because you don't wait till they dry, you know. That's like the highlighted part of the leaf, you know, like if the sun hits it, you know. It kind of gives it a joie vive light at the end of the tunnel. Joie de vivre. Okay, pretty, pretty. Nice, bright, sunlit leaves. I'm looking through the camera. Looks pretty good. Back this up a little bit. Aim it up a little bit. Look at that. That's so pretty. You got all those yellows and oranges in the background. Alright, at the bottom of the painting, you see is mostly black. And what I want to do now is take and you can use the sponge. I'm not a big fan of doing that too much. You want to use more of a brush or something, but I'm going to show you with a sponge. If you just kind of tap the bottom, not too much. You know, you kind of get leaves that, or flowers, basically, that fell off the tree. But it's better, in my opinion, you use the stiff bristle brush. In case nobody has a fan brush, I'm going to show you what it's like with the stiffer, regular bristles. And you just kind of like pounce it. It's like you, and again, you want to wet this a little bit. So it's a little bit thinner, just like for the branches. And then you're going to pounce. And you're going to get your flowers to go around the tree. And you do the darker again. You do the darker color. And you get the darker flowers on the ground first, because that's like in the background. And then go in with a little bit of lighter. And you don't have to, I'm rinsing my brush a little bit, but I don't have to rinse it too much because I'm just going in with the lighter color and they're going to mix anyway. And I need more paint. Okay, we're going to go in with the lighter pink now at the bottom. Actually, I probably should have went with the raspberry, so I'm going to mix the two. Throw in, you got to go a little bit almost like behind the tree, because leaves don't, or the flowers don't just fall off in one spot. Okay, now I'm going to start putting in that neon, the light pink. And this, you can just kind of blob. You don't have to be fancy. And then I, for the sake of, because I started with the sponge, I'm going to end with the sponge and kind of. And now, right at the very base of the tree, go in the front of it, because that's alright. That's the front of the tree, and flowers fall everywhere. Oh, look at that. That's not too bad. I think I probably went too high with this stuff at the top. It's still wet, so I'm going to wipe some of it off. And then I'm going to use also a little bit of a wet paper towel. You can use, whoa, I think, my tripod. Alright, I'm going to wipe a little bit of this off. Yeah, I kind of went, in my opinion, a little bit too high. But the paint's still wet, so I can adjust. There. I got the leaves down at the bottom, and I'm going to go back in now with that light pink over the top. I like the neon pink because it really shows up. No big deal. You use what you want to do. Like I said, it's your painting. I think I want more of that neon up at the top too. No more paint. So I'm going to go down at the bottom. I'm going to lift my painting up just a little bit. And go in with this neon. Oh, see, you run out of paint really fast, but just dip it back in. Look at that, how pretty. Alright, I'm going to go back in the top with some more of that neon too. Oh, I need more, wow, I need more paint. I don't want to waste it, but at the same time, you don't want to skimp either, because then you don't get what you want. You don't get that big splash of color. But more than that, I hate wasting paint. It's not cheap, and I'm not rich. But I really like that pop of the pink over the purple. See, you cover up, that's why it's not so important to do the branches so specific, because when you lay the leaves in over the top, you cover up a lot of the branches, but at the same time, you can still see the branches through, you know, they still show up. So the base of the tree is important, but the branches aren't that bad. I mean, you don't have to be specific, you don't have to be perfect. And if you do mess up or get a branch that doesn't look great, cover it up with the leaves. It works. There we go. And that's it. That's all there is to it. That's all that it takes to make a tree with beautiful leaves. And I'll stop this video here. Thanks for watching, and sorry it took so long to get the part 2. My husband's at work, so I wasn't camera shy, so he thought that was funny. Alright, and I will bring you more stuff. Request what you want to see, and I'll do more videos. And there you go. Thanks for watching. Later, guys. Keep your sponge. Keep it wet. Keep it full of paint.